Claire Donovan, 38, adjusted her plaid scarf in the small bathroom of her parents' rural farmhouse, her grey eyes catching a flicker of doubt in the foggy mirror. The Sunday morning breakfast, a monthly ritual in the rolling hills of central Iowa, wasn't her usual comfort zone, but a longing to reconnect had drawn her back. Growing up, she'd been the quiet daughter, often lost in environmental engineering journals, seen by her family as detached rather than ambitious. Now, she was Major Claire Donovan, U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, leading national environmental crisis response, but her family knew nothing of her rank. She'd come to share coffee and mend bonds, not to reveal her world. The kitchen smelled of bacon and fresh biscuits, filled with the clink of mugs and soft chatter. Claire stepped in, her boots soft on the linoleum, her senses sharp from years of crisis management. Her family sat around the worn table, her father, William Holt, 64, a retired mechanic with a stern gaze, her mother, Ellen Burke, 61, a florist with a gentle but distracted air, her brother, Stephen Lane, 42, a hardware store manager with a practical streak, and her grandfather, George Ramsey, 85, a former farmer whose quiet wisdom carried weight. Their warmth was familiar, but Claire felt an old distance, their view of her stuck in youth. William's grumbles about her bookish ways, Ellen's worry over her lack of roots, Stephen's dismissal of her fancy studies. She wasn't here to prove herself, just to belong. "Claire, you're up late," Stephen said, pouring coffee, his tone half joking but edged.
"Still lost in your papas."
Claire smiled, taking a seat. "Just enjoying the quiet, Stephen. How's the store?" "Thriving," Stephen said, shrugging. "Dad's tinkering with old cars, Mom's selling flowers to half the county, Grandpa's." "Well, Grandpa. You." He eyed her plain scarf.
"What do you do, Anive?"
"Messing with dirt samples." Claire's fingers brushed her canvas bag, but her face stayed calm. "I work in environmental planning," she said.
"Keeps el boozy."
She'd risen from a scholarship student to a major, coordinating disaster responses, but she hadn't shared that. Ellen sighed, slicing a biscuit.
"You never talk about your life, Claire. It's like you always some wäre Else."
The words stung, echoing years of being seen as the odd one out. Claire took a sip of coffee, her mind drifting. She'd nearly skipped breakfast, but a hope for connection had pulled her here. Her smartwatch buzzed, a coded alert from Captain Rachel Moore, her deputy, chemical spill alert.
"Urgent. Stand by. Claires Pulse quickenet."
She'd planned a quiet morning, but her role in crisis response was relentless. She tapped a reply, "Sitrep?"
"No response yet."
George, silent until now, leaned forward, his voice raspy but clear.
"Claire, what about the house I saved for you?"
"You ever visit it?"
"The kitchen frotze. Claires Brau forovet, Confusion wasing over here."
"House? Grandpa, what do you mean?" William's plate slipped from his hands, shattering on the floor, ceramic shards scattering. His face paled, eyes darting to George. "Dad, not now," he said, voice low. Ellen gasped, her mug trembling. Stephen stared, fork paused. Claire's heart raced. "What house?" She pressed her training. Stay calm, assess, act, kicking in. George's eyes softened, but he didn't answer, looking to William. Before William could speak, a distant thump broke the silence, growing into a low roar, a helicopter's blades slicing the morning air. The windows rattled, mugs shaking on the table. Claire's instincts flared, she scanned exits, her body alert. This was military, not civilian.
The back door swung open.
A soldier in fatigue strode in, his face grim with urgency.
"The family frotze, breakfast forgotten."
He locked eyes with Claire and saluted sharply.
"Major Donovan."
"Chemical spill crisis, your expertise is needed now."
"The längse grippet the kitchen. Ellen smoke hit the table, spilling coffee."
Stephen's jaw dropped. William's eyes widened, his earlier shock forgotten. Claire set her mug down, her posture shifting to command.
"What's the situation, Sergeant?" "Sergeant Michael Grant, 31, steht firm."
"Helicopters outside, ma'am. Chemical spill from a derailed train 40 miles east. Toxins are spreading, towns at risk."
"Command needs you." "Murmurs erupted, Major? Crisis?"
Claire's heart pounded, but her voice was steel.
Let's move.
She followed Grant out, her family trailing to the doorway stunned. William's voice shaky, called after her, "Claire?"
What's this?
Outside, the morning was crisp, the roar of a black hawk filling the farmhouse's yard, its floodlights stark against the cornfields. Captain Rachel Moore waited inside, her tablet flashing with contamination data. "Ma'am, a train derailment in Elton and Greenvale spilled toxic chemicals into the soil. 6,000 residents at risk, water systems threatened."
You raise lead.
Claire nodded, the breakfast forgotten.
Brief ML in the air. Go.
She climbed aboard, Moore beside her. As the chopper lifted off, the farmhouse shrank below, her family's silhouettes stunned on the porch. The helicopter's radio crackled with urgent chatter. Claire donned a headset, Moore's voice clear. "Spill started at 0800 hours. Elton's farmland is contaminated, Greenvale's wells are at risk. Toxins are unidentified, but symptoms are showing: nausea, dizziness. We've got 150 responders, 6 Black Hawks, and EPA ready."
Claire's mind locked into crisis mode.
She'd led oil spill responses, but this chemical leak speed was alarming. The breakfast, her family's misunderstanding, George's cryptic question, they dissolved. She was Major Donovan, and lives depended on her. Moore handed her a tablet with contamination maps. Elton's soil is spreading toxins, Greenvale's water system is compromised. We've got containment teams and mobile labs ready. Claire studied the maps, zooming on Elton's fields. Hazards. Toxic fumes, soil contamination, fire risk from chemical drums, Moore said. Local responders are overwhelmed, and shelters are filling fast.
The chopper's blades thumped, the fields bluring below.
Claire's scarf was out of place, a civilian relic. "Get me a hazmat suit at the ops center," she said. "And a full brief on the toxins." Moore nodded, sending orders. Claire's phone buzzed, her cousin Martha, 45. "Claire, a helicopter?"
What's happening?
She ignored it. The breakfast was nothing, the crisis was everything. They approached the ops center, a field base 35 miles out, lit by generators. Claire disembarked, the air sharp with chemical traces. The base hummed with responders prepping gear.
Moore handed her a dossier on the spill. Volatile, spreading. The Black Hawk's blades sliced through the early morning hatze, speeding over Iowa's patchwork fields toward the ops center, 35 miles east of the rural farmhouse.
The air carried a faint chemical sting, a grim reminder of the toxic spill spreading from a derailed train in Elton and Greenvale. Major Claire Donovan gripped her tablet, its screen glowing with contamination maps and real-time data. Chemical concentrations, wind patterns, and affected zones. At 0830 hours, the crisis had already poisoned Elton's farmland and threatened Greenvale's wells, putting 6,000 residents at risk. Claire's role demanded she contain the spill before it ravaged the region's water and soil. The ops center, a sprawl of tents and heavy equipment in a grassy clearing, buzzed with urgency under generator-powered floodlights. Claire stepped out, her plaid scarf dusted with chopper grit, her gray eyes scanning the scene. Engineers loaded containment barriers, responders checked hazmat suits, and medics prepped decontamination kits. Captain Rachel Moore followed, her tablet flashing with updates. "Ma'am, Elton's soil tests show high levels of benzene and toluene. Greenvale's wells are showing early contamination. Symptoms are rising, nausea, dizziness, some respiratory distress. We've got 4 hours before the toxins spread downstream." Claire nodded, her mind in crisis mode. "What's the status on assets?" 6 Black Hawks for evacuation, 150 responders with containment gear, EPA on site with mobile labs, Moore said. Local responders are overwhelmed, and evacuation routes are clogged with panicked residents. Claire studied the tablet, zooming in on Elton's contaminated fields, where chemical pools gleamed under dawn light. She'd managed oil spill cleanups before, but this train derailment's volatile mix, flammable toxins, spreading fast, was a beast. "Get me the local fire chief and Elton's mayor," she said. "We need ground truth." Moore patched a radio call. Fire Chief Daniel Walsh, 44, came through, his voice strained. "Major, Elton's farmland is a toxic swamp, Fires are sparking from chemical drums. Greenvale's wells are testing positive for contaminants. We've got 2,000 still in Elton, no clear way out. Claire's jaw tightened.
Hold your lines, Chief.
We're sending containment teams and clearing roads. Stay in touch. She turned to Moore. Deploy 2 Black Hawks with rescue teams to Elton's downtown. Prioritize symptomatic residents. Get engineers to Greenvale's wells by 1,000. Start filtration. Moore relayed orders, her fingers flying over her tablet. Claire moved to the main tent, where a digital map projected the spill's spread. Sergeant Michael Grant approached, his hazmat suit rustling. Ma'am, choppers are airborne, but chemical fumes are cutting visibility. Ground teams need respirators to work. Fires are spreading. Claire nodded, her mind racing. Fumes could ignite an inferno, and contaminated wells could poison thousands. Distribute respirators to all teams, she ordered. And send a drone to monitor Greenvale's water system. She'd seen chemical leaks spiral in industrial accidents. Precision was her edge. Grant saluted, rushing to his radio. Claire studied the map, marking evacuation zones. Elton's community center could hold 1,000, but Greenvale School was filling fast. More, she said, get FEMA to set up a second shelter outside Greenvale. Portable water, full staff. Moore nodded, dispatching orders. Claire grabbed her headset.
Black Hawk 1, this is Major Donovan. Status on Elton's rescues.
Approaching target, the pilot replied. Fumes are heavy, but we're spotting heat signatures. Dropping teams now. Move fast, Claire said. Medics on standby. She turned to Moore. Get me a toxin profile from the EPA. The drone feed showed Elton's fields, chemical pools sparking small fires. Claire's heart clenched. She'd grown up on a farm, knew the land's vulnerability. The breakfast, her family's misunderstanding, Grandpa's cryptic house question. It was nothing now.
A responder, Lieutenant Sarah Evans, 29, flagget her.
Ma'am, drone shows a daycare in Greenvale, 15 kids, some symptomatic, no road access due to debris. Claire's stomach dropped. Kids were her priority. Send a Black Hawk with medics, she ordered. Hazmat gear, oxygen tanks. And get a ground team to clear a path. Evans nodded, relaying orders. The feed showed the daycare, parents huddled outside, kids coughing inside. Claire adjusted her scarf, a habit from high-pressure ops. Walsh, she said, status on the fires? Containing small blazes, Walsh replied. But chemical drums are unstable, explosion risk if we don't neutralize them. Claire nodded. Send a fire team with foam, she said. Prioritize the drums. She checked her watch, 0845. The spill was spreading, but her team was relentless.
Evans flagget her.
Ma'am, drone shows a stranded ambulance in Elton, 3 patients, road blocked by debris. Claire's pulse spiked. Send a Black Hawk with medics, she said. Rope extraction, hazmat gear. Ground team to clear a path. Evans relayed orders, and the feed showed the ambulance, patients inside, rubble piling around.
Moore's voice coot trug.
Ma'am, Mayor reports 60% evacuation in Elton, but Greenvale's lagging, roads are a mess. EPA's testing toxins, results in 30 minutes. Claire nodded. Send another engineering team to Greenvale's roads, she said. And keep foam drops cycling. She studied the feed, the daycare rescue underway, medics airlifting kids, oxygen masks in place. 5 out, 10 to go.
Walsh radioed.
Major, drums are foamed, fires under control. But we've got a collapsed barn in Elton, for farmers trapped.
Claire's Brit kaukt.
Send a Black Hawk with a rescue team, she said. Cranes, medics.
Clear a pass.
Walsh confirmed, his crew racing to the site. The feed showed the ambulance rescue starting, medics lowering stretchers through dust. Claire's pulse steadied, she'd save them all. Moore, she said, status on Greenvale's wells? Filtration starting, Moore replied. Contamination slowing, but wells are still at risk. Claire nodded.
Keep anginas on IT.
The ops center hummed, engineers hauling barriers, medics treating symptoms. The breakfast, her family's distance. It was nothing. Lives were at stake, and Claire would contain the spill. The ops center thrummed with relentless focus, its tents shrouded in a chemical haze under floodlights at 0900 hours. The toxic spill from the derailed train in Elton and Greenvale was spreading, with Elton's farmland saturated and Greenvale's wells increasingly contaminated. At least 6,000 residents faced risks from toxic fumes and poisoned water, with 200 reported cases of nausea and dizziness. The daycare rescue in Elton was underway, and fires from chemical drums were contained, but new reports of trapped residents and unstable soil kept Major Claire Donovan's nerves taut. Her role demanded she halt the spill's spread and save every life before it became a regional catastrophe. Engineers maneuvered containment barriers through the dust, their radios crackling with updates. Captain Rachel Moore updated her voice steady but tense. "Ma'am, Elton's shelter is holding 1,200 evacuees, but 50 new symptomatic cases emerged. Greenvale School Shelter is at capacity, and we've got reports of a nursing home in Elton, 20 residents, half showing symptoms, no road access due to debris." Claire nodded, her hazmat suit rustling, her grey eyes locked on the digital map.
Status on the daycare rescue.
10 kids out, Moore said, pointing to the drone feed. 5 left, medics treating symptoms. Debris is slowing the ground team. Relief flickered, but Claire stayed sharp. "Get those kids to the shelter," she said. "And update me on the wells." She studied her tablet, zooming in on Greenvale's water system, its filtration pumps struggling under contamination. She'd managed industrial leaks before, but this spill's volatile mix, benzene, toluene, and flammable residues, was relentless. Sergeant Michael Grant approached, his hazmat suit fogged with sweat. "Ma'am, EPA reports toxins are spreading downstream. Greenvale's wells are 30% contaminated. We need more filtration units to stop it." Claire's jaw tightened. Contaminated wells could poison thousands. "Send another engineering team with filtration units," she ordered. "And get a Black Hawk with foam to suppress fumes near the wells." Grant nodded, rushing to his radio. The drone feed shifted to Elton, where the nursing home stood, rubble blocking its entrance, residents waving from windows. Claire grabbed her headset.
Black Hawk 2, this is Major Donovan.
"Status on the nursing home." "Approaching now," the pilot replied. "Fumes are heavy, but we've got visual. Dropping medics and cranes." "Move fast," Claire said. "Medics on standby." She turned to Moore. "Get FEMA to reinforce Greenvale's shelter with supplies, masks, water, oxygen tanks." Moore relayed orders, her tablet flashing. Lieutenant Sarah Evans rushed up, her face tense. "Ma'am, drone shows a gas station in Greenvale. Tanks leaking from ground shifts, explosion risk high." Claire's heart lurched. "Send a fire team to seal the tanks," she said. "And get a Black Hawk with foam to support." Evans nodded, dispatching orders to Fire Chief Daniel Walsh's crew. The feed showed the gas station, chemical pools hissing near tanks. Claire adjusted her suit's mask, her habit under pressure. "Walsh," she said, "status on Elton's fires?" "Contained," Walsh replied. "But spot fires are flaring from fumes. We need more foam." Claire nodded. "Redirect a Black Hawk with foam to Elton's downtown," she said. "Prioritize the nursing home." She checked her watch, 0915. The spill was spreading, but her team was relentless.
Evans flagget her.
"Ma'am, drone shows a stranded school bus in Greenvale. 12 kids, 2 teachers, blocked by debris." Claire's stomach knotted. "Send a Black Hawk with medics," she said. "Rope extraction, hazmat gear. Ground team to clear a path." Evans relayed orders, and the feed showed the bus, kids' faces pressed to windows, debris piling around.
Moore's voice coot trug.
Ma'am, Elton's mayor reports 75% evacuation, but Greenvale's lagging, roads are clogged. EPA's toxin profile is in. Benzene's the primary threat, highly flammable. Claire's pulse spiked. Neutralize benzene first, she said. Push foam drops. She studied the feed, the daycare rescue wrapping up, all 15 kids safe, medics treating symptoms. More, she said, status on Greenvale's wells? Filtrations at 50%, Moore replied. Contamination slowing, but wells are still at risk. Claire nodded.
Keep anginas on IT.
The ops center hummed, engineers hauling barriers, medics distributing oxygen. The breakfast, her family's misunderstanding, grandpa's cryptic house, it was nothing. Lives were at stake.
Wolsch radiot.
Major, nursing home teams got 15 residents out. 5 left, pinned by rubble. Relief surged, but Claire stayed focused. Keep cutting, she said.
Medics ridi.
She turned to Moore. Status on the EPA's containment? Barriers are up around Elton's spill, Moore said. Slowing the spread, but downstream risks remain. Claire nodded. Double the barriers, she said. And get me a water quality update. The feed showed the school bus rescue starting, medics lowering ropes, kids climbing. Evans, she said, status on the gas station? Tanks sealed, Evans replied.
Foams holding, no explosions. Claire exhalet.
Good.
Keep choppers zykling.
She studied the map, noting Elton's shelter, crowded but stable. Greenvale's wells were the linchpin, clean water was life. Grant, she said, status on the nursing home? All residents out, Grant replied. Safe at Crestwood's shelter, medics treating symptoms. Claire's shoulders eased. Good. Get them oxygen. The feed showed the bus rescue progressing, 8 kids out. The nursing home was clear, the gas station secure. The spill was slowing, but the wells loomed.
Moore flagget her.
Ma'am, EPA reports benzene levels dropping in Elton. Greenvale's wells are stabilizing, but we need more time.
Claires Pulse steadied.
Buy it, she said.
Keep filtration running.
The ops center hummed, responders in hazmat suits, engineers reinforcing barriers. She'd contain this spill, one move at a time. The ops center hummed with relentless precision, its tents shrouded in a chemical haze under floodlights at 0930 hours. The toxic spill from the derailed train in Elton and Greenvale was showing signs of containment, but the crisis remained dire. Benzene and toluene levels were dropping in Elton's soil, yet Greenvale's wells teetered on the edge of full contamination. With 6,000 residents at risk, the daycare, nursing home, and school bus rescues were complete, but new reports of stranded families and unstable chemical drums kept Major Claire Donovan's focus razor-sharp. Her role demanded she lock down the spill and save every life before it poisoned the region further. Engineers maneuvered containment barriers through the dust, their radios crackling with updates. Captain Rachel Moore updated her, her voice steady but strained. Ma'am, Elton's shelter is holding 1,800 evacuees, but 30 new symptomatic cases, nausea, dizziness, emerged in the last hour. Greenvale school shelter is at capacity, and we've got reports of a trailer park in Elton. 10 families, some symptomatic, trapped by debris and fumes. Claire nodded, her hazmat suit fogged with sweat, her grey eyes locked on the digital map.
Status on the wells.
Filtrations at 60%, Moore said, pointing to the drone feed. Contamination slowing, but Greenvale's water is still unsafe. Engineers need more pumps to divert runoff. Claire's jaw tightened. Poisoned wells could sicken thousands. Send another engineering team with pumps, she ordered. And get a Black Hawk with foam to suppress fumes near the trailer park. She studied her tablet, zooming in on Greenvale's wells, their filtration units straining under floodlights. She'd managed oil spill cleanups, but this chemical leak's volatility was relentless. Sergeant Michael Grant approached, his hazmat suit streaked with grime. Ma'am, EPA reports benzene levels dropping 20% in Elton. Foam's neutralizing drums, but we've got unstable soil near Greenvale's wells, risk of collapse. Claire's heart raced. A collapse could flood Greenvale. Send a team with concrete barriers, she ordered. Stabilize the soil. And get a drone to monitor ground shifts. Grant nodded, rushing to his radio. The drone feed shifted to Elton, where the trailer park stood, trailers half buried in debris, families signaling from rooftops. Claire grabbed her headset.
Black Hawk 3, this is Major Donovan. Status on the trailer park.
Approaching now, the pilot replied. Fumes are thick, but we're dropping medics and cranes. Move fast, Claire said. Medics on standby. She turned to Moore. Get FEMA to reinforce Greenvale's shelter with supplies, masks, oxygen, water. Moore relayed orders, her tablet flashing. Lieutenant Sarah Evans rushed up, her face tense. Ma'am, drone shows a warehouse in Greenvale, 8 workers, some symptomatic, trapped by a collapsed roof. Claire's stomach knotted. Send a Black Hawk with a rescue team, she ordered. Cranes, hazmat gear. Ground team to clear a path. Evans nodded, dispatching orders to Fire Chief Daniel Walsh's crew. The feed showed the warehouse, rubble blocking the entrance, workers waving through cracks. Claire adjusted her suit's mask, her habit under pressure. Walsh, she said, status on the gas station? Tanks are secure, Walsh replied.
Foams holding, no explosions. Moving to the warehouse.
Claire nodded. Prioritize the workers. She checked her watch, 0945. The spill was slowing, but the wells were critical. More, she said, status on the EPA's containment? Barriers are holding in Elton, Moore said. Downstream spread slowed, but Greenvale's wells need more filtration.
Claire's pulse steadied.
Double the filtration units, she said. And get me a toxin update. The feed showed the trailer park rescue underway, medics airlifting families, oxygen masks in place. 5 families out, 5 to go.
Walsh radioed. Major, warehouse teams got 4 walkers out.
4 left, pinned under beams. Relief surged, but Claire stayed focused. Keep cutting, she said.
Medics ready.
She studied the map, noting Elton's shelter, crowded but stable. Greenvale's wells were the linchpin. Clean water was life.
Evans flagget her.
Ma'am, drone shows a stranded delivery van in Elton. 2 drivers, symptomatic, blocked by debris.
Claire's breed kaukt.
Send a Black Hawk with medics, she said. Rope extraction, hazmat gear. Ground team to clear a path. Evans relayed orders, and the feed showed the van, drivers coughing inside.
Moore's voice coot trug.
Ma'am, Elton's mayor reports 85% evacuation. Greenvale's at 70%. Roads are clearing, but panic's slowing buses. Claire nodded. Send MPs to manage crowds, she said.
Non-lethal, keep roads open.
Moore sent the order, and Claire studied the feed, the trailer park rescue progressing. 8 families out. The warehouse had 6 workers safe, 2 pinned. Grant approached. Ma'am, soil's stabilizing near Greenvale's wells. Concrete's helping, but we need more pumps. Claire's shoulders eased. Send them, she said. And keep foam drops cycling. The feed showed the delivery van rescue starting. Medics lowering ropes, drivers climbing. Evans, she said, status on the warehouse? Last workers out, Evans replied. Safe, medics treating symptoms.
Claire exhaled.
Good. Get them to the shelter. The ops center hummed, engineers hauling barriers, medics distributing oxygen. The breakfast, her family's misunderstanding, grandpa's cryptic house, it was nothing. Lives were at stake.
Moore flagget her.
Ma'am, EPA reports toluene levels dropping in Elton. Greenvale's wells are at 70% filtration. Safe water by noon if we hold.
Claire's pulse steadied.
Keep filtration running, she said. And get me a final sweep for stragglers. The feed showed the trailer park clear, families safe. The delivery van was empty, drivers treated.
Walsh radiot.
Major, all fires are out. Shelters are stable, but we need more masks. Claire nodded. FEMA's on it, she said. Distribute what we have. The spill was slowing, but the wells loomed. Claire would hold the line. The ops center thrummed with a hard-won resolve, its tents bathed in the pale glow of floodlights at 1,000 hours. The toxic spill from the derailed train in Elton and Greenvale was nearing containment, with benzene and toluene levels dropping significantly in Elton's soil and Greenvale's wells stabilizing at 80% filtration. The trailer park, warehouse, and delivery van rescues were complete, and 6,000 residents were largely safe, but isolated stragglers and lingering chemical fumes kept Major Claire Donovan's focus razor-sharp. Her role demanded she secure the region, ensuring no lives were lost and the water supply was safe before the crisis could resurge. The air was thick with chemical traces, engineers and medics moving with precision through the haze. Captain Rachel Moore updated her voice steady despite exhaustion. "Ma'am, Elton's shelter is holding 2,000 evacuees, with no new symptomatic cases in the last hour. Greenvale's wells are at 85% filtration, but we've got reports of a stranded farmstead in Greenvale, 3 residents, 2 symptomatic, trapped by debris near the spill site." Claire nodded, her hazmat suit fogged with sweat, her grey eyes locked on the digital map.
Status on the wells.
"Pumps are holding," Moore said, pointing to the drone feed. "Contamination's down to 10%, but we need more filtration units to finish the job." Relief surged, but Claire stayed sharp. "Send another team with filtration units," she ordered. "And get medics to the farmstead." She studied her tablet, zooming in on Greenvale's wells, their pumps glowing under floodlights. She'd contained industrial leaks before, but this spill's volatility demanded relentless precision. Sergeant Michael Grant approached, his hazmat suit streaked with grime. "Ma'am, EPA reports benzene levels at safe thresholds in Elton. Foams neutralized all chemical drums. Ground stable, no new shifts." Claire's jaw tightened. Stable ground was a win, but the farmstead loomed. "Send a Black Hawk with medics to the farmstead," she ordered. "Hazmat gear, oxygen tanks. Ground team to clear a path." Grant nodded, rushing to his radio. The drone feed shifted to Greenvale, where the farmstead stood, debris blocking its driveway, residents signaling from a porch. Claire grabbed her headset.
Black Hawk 4, this is Major Donovan. Status on the farmstead.
"Approaching now," the pilot replied. "Fumes are light, we've got visual. Dropping medics and cranes." "Move fast," Claire said. "Medics on standby." She turned to Moore. "Get FEMA to reinforce Elton's shelter with supplies, masks, water, food." Moore relayed orders, her tablet flashing. Lieutenant Sarah Evans rushed up, her face tense. "Ma'am, drone shows a gas leak in Greenvale's industrial park. Pipes cracked by debris. Fire risk is rising." Claire's heart lurched. "Send a fire team to seal the leak," she ordered. "And get a Black Hawk with foam to support." Evans nodded, dispatching orders to Fire Chief Daniel Walsh's crew. The feed showed the industrial park, pipes hissing under rubble. Claire adjusted her suit's mask, her habit under pressure. "Walsh," she said, "status on the shelters?" "Elton's stable," Walsh replied. "No new cases, masks holding. Greenvale's shelter needs more oxygen tanks." Claire nodded. "FEMA's on it," she said. "Distribute what we have." She checked her watch, 1015. The spill was under control, but the wells and stragglers remained critical.
Evans flagget her. Ma'am, farmstead teams got 2 residents out.
1 symptomatic, medics treating. Relief surged, but Claire stayed focused. "Get the last one out," she said. "Oxygen ready." She studied the map, noting Elton's shelter, crowded but safe. Greenvale's wells were the linchpin, clean water was victory.
Moore's voice gut trug.
"Ma'am, EPA reports toluene levels at safe thresholds in Greenvale. Wells are at 90% filtration, safe water by 1100 if we hold."
Claire's pulse steadied.
"Keep filtration running," she said. "And get me a final sweep for stragglers." The feed showed the farmstead rescue wrapping up, all 3 residents safe, medics administering oxygen.
Volsch radiot.
Major, gas leaks sealed. No new fires, shelters are calm.
Claire exhalet. Good. Keep eyes on the industrial park.
She turned to Moore. Status on the evacuation? Elton's at 95%, Moore said. Greenvale's at 90%. Roads are clear, buses moving. Claire's shoulders eased. Open a 3rd shelter outside Greenvale, she said. FEMA to stock it. The feed showed the industrial park secure, pipes sealed. The wells were holding, contamination fading. Grant approached. Ma'am, ground sensors show no new shifts. Wells are stable, filtration at 95%. Claire nodded. Keep engineers on it, she said. No risks. The ops center hummed, engineers dismantling barriers, medics distributing supplies. The breakfast, her family's misunderstanding, Grandpa's cryptic house question. It was nothing. Lives were at stake, and Claire had saved them.
Moore flagget her.
Ma'am, EPA confirms safe water in Greenvale. No new cases in either town. Spills contained. Claire's heart lifted, the weight easing.
She steppet outside, downs light breaking trug se hatze.
The ops center quieted, responders weary but proud. She turned to Moore, Grant, and Evans. You were the backbone, she said, her voice firm but warm.
Ever life savet is yours.
Moore nodded, a faint smile breaking through.
Your call, ma'am.
Grant and Evans saluted, pride in their eyes. Claire climbed into a Humvee, the ops center fading behind. The spill was contained, Elton and Greenvale safe, no lives lost. The breakfast, her family's distance, it was nothing. She'd faced her past in the crisis, saving thousands. The sunrise glowed gold, a new day dawned.